The steam engine. An invention that changed the world. For thousands of years, people used their muscles for work. They also used animals to help them. In the 1700s, the invention of the steam engine changed everything. People began to make fewer goods by hand. Instead, they used machines. Many of those machines were powered by steam. What is steam? Have you ever watched someone boil water in a pot on the stove? Sometimes you can see a little cloud above the pot. The steam. It can only be seen when it hits colder air. Steam is a gas. People make steam do work by boiling water. They heat up the water in a gigantic pot called a boiler. They make the boiler hot by burning fuel, such as coal. Burning coal becomes hotter than the top of a stove, a lot hotter. The heat boils the water and makes steam. Steam makes up more room than liquid water. As the steam expands, it pushes the movable parts of the machine. The movement of those parts creates power. The first real steam engines. Almost 300 years ago, in 1712, Thomas Newcomen built a steam engine. Others had built steam engines, but Newcomen was the first to work very well. He used his steam engine to run a water pump, which pumped water out of local coal mines. Miners could then reach more coal. The engine had one problem. It needed a large amount of coal to do a small amount of work. Steam engine improvements. In the 1760s, Scotsman's James Watt improved Newcomen's engine. He made the machine work with less coal. Watt also made other kinds of steam engines. He made one called the rotary circular steam engine. It could run all kinds of machines. This invention was one event that led to the Industrial Revolution, also known as the Age of Steam. The Age of Steam brought new ways to do work and new ways for people and goods to travel. High-pressure steam engines. At the beginning of the Age of Steam, Watt's steam engines used low-pressure steam. His steam engines were big, and they operated or worked slowly. Watt knew he could make smaller and faster steam engines, but he would have to use higher pressure steam. He was against that idea. Higher pressure could cause a boiler to explode. An explosion could injure or kill people. Many inventors thought the danger of a high-pressure steam. They built high-pressure steam engines anyway. They thought that smaller engines could be used to do more things. In the early 1800s, Richard Trevithick built a high-pressure steam engine in England. High-pressure steam engines soon became common. They could be used to power trains. Steam-powered transportation. Trevithick built one of the first steam locomotives or trains. In 1804, it hauled coal at the factory. Other people also built train engines. Soon, these engines were pulling long lines of cars with passengers or goods. Steam engines help railroads spread across the world. In the early 1800s, ships also began to use the steam. Some sailed on the oceans. New Yorker Robert Fulton built the first money-making river steamboat in 1807. By the mid-1800s, beautiful steamboats traveled up and down American rivers. River steamboats presented the danger that James Watt and warned about steam explosions. Sometimes happened with locomotives, but they were common with steamboats. Many people were injured or killed in steamboat accidents. One of the worst disasters in American history took place on April 27, 1865. The boiler on the crowded steamboat Sultana exploded. The ship burned. More than 1,700 people died. The age of steam brought to a close. By the early 1900s, people had found ways to replace steam power. In factories, electricity now ran most machines. Electric engines did not produce steam or smoke. Electric engines made subways and streetcars easy for everyday use. It became easier to travel around the city. The diesel engine also doomed the steam engine. It runs better and could go farther faster. Steam locomotives ran in the United States until the 1960s. By then, almost all locomotives had diesel engines. Modern uses of steam. Although the age of steam is long over, steam is still important. For instance, power plants use it to produce electricity. It powers your lights and your television. Some people believe there is still a need for steam power. Steam power, they say, costs less than diesel fuel or for trains. Steam power can also be generated using solar panels, which do not use fossils like coal to make electricity. That makes steam power better for the environment than it is now. Steam power is useful and will probably have a place in the modern world.